Hello, 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 and happy Tuesday. I'm Debbie Danford from craftiercreations.blogspot.com. And this week I am going to showcase the Fright Night bundle. And I am actually pairing it with, hang on, I forgot to bring in the paper. I'm pairing it with the Spooky Sweet 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. There's a couple pieces I have out right there, and let me just pull the rest out. This comes with pop-outs in the back, on the back 2 pages, and I'll show you here. So there's the 2 I just showed you, and then we've got this one here, and here's what I like to call the B-side, and then we have this one here. Could be easy for tags and things like that. There's that one. You've got this one with the little monsters. This paper actually coordinates with another suite. And you have the back side of that, which I'm using this on another card too. Maybe that'll be our Thursday video. It's for a class on Wednesday, but I might double dip there. And then these are all the little pop-outs. You've got pumpkins and bats and potions and pots and brooms and candy corn. Who's a candy corn fan? I am not a candy corn fan, but I know a lot of people are. And you have 2 sheets of that. Okay, so it's really great paper. I got the paper thinking I could just do something and coordinate it with this stamp set. So here's what I came up with. And in between designing this one, I came up with an alternative version that we're going to actually make today. So I cut it a little bit different. But as you can see, I used the Fright Night like background stamp here, stamped it there. I stamped Halloween along here, die cut the boo, die cut one of the spider webs, and just did some layering. And then here's our inside piece. Easy peasy. But we're going to switch it up a little when we make this one. So let's go ahead and get started. Now I have the die cut pieces. This Fright Night bundle comes with 2 dies that die cut these. It comes with a label die to die cut this. And then it comes with Boo, Eek, and I think it has 3 of the webs. It could be 4. And a spider. And I think that's it. So yeah, it's a great set. I really like it. So here's what we're going to do a little bit different. So we're going to start with a basic black card base that's 5.5 by 8.5. And then I'm going to pull in the Petunia Pop layer, which I embossed with the exposed brick embossing folder. And this piece is 4 by 5.25. And this will go down here because we're not going to do anything else with that except use it as a layer. Now I almost thought about, and now I already have glue on here, so I'm not going to do that. I almost thought about dragging or using a dauber and adding a little bit of black to the background here. But we're going to leave it and we're going to see how it all turns out. This is going to be an alternative version. Maybe a stepped up version, I guess we could even say. Okay, so now what we're going to do, let me bring in, we're going to stamp on these 2 pieces of DSP. I always like to call this the B-sides, as I refer to it as. And this time what I'm going to do, last time, as you see, I kind of stamped this basically in the middle. And then I ended up covering up a little bit of it, which is fine. But this time I think I'm going to stamp it up towards the top just a little. And honestly, I'm going to straighten out my stamp because I knew it was on here crooked. I could tell. But let's just go ahead and straighten it out. I think that's probably better. Now that I moved it, I'll probably stamp crooked now. Isn't that how it always works? Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Ours was definitely very busy. I had my East Meets West Creativity Kit with Tracy Langley. We did that on Saturday. So this time I'm going to stamp up a little bit higher. And it just barely fits. So we're going for the gusto here. Whoop, whoop. Okay. God, this looks a little bit thinner than... Oh, it's not. It did, but it's not. And then we're going to bring in, and I used the Happy Halloween Now you could use Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. You could use Trick or Treat. Actually, how about it? I think this time we'll switch it up. Let me clean this, pull it off. And let's do Trick or Treat this time. Okay, we got that clean. Let's just switch it up just a little. Why not, right? Sky's the limit here. Okay, let's put that one back. Let's bring in the Trick or Treat. And then all you do, and yes, it does, it's not straight, like straight across. It does have a little bit of curve to it because the die that actually you can use with this has a little bit of curve to it, but that's okay. We're going to just do this. I'm going to start right here at the top. And I'm not worrying about what's happening here because I'll just wipe it all up when we're done. I'm not even, I mean, I am trying to line it up straight. Make sure I'm not getting out of the camera, but I'm not being like perfect with it. I can guarantee you of that. Let's see, let's go here, here. And last time I did go all the way down. So what the heck? We'll do one more. Oh, it is fitting. There we go. So there's that. So, and that's pretty much all the stamping we're going to do. I know it's just a little bit here today, but sometimes that's how it works out. And then I'm just going to take my chamois, and yes, I know I need a new one, but it still works right now. Eventually, if you have one of these purple, well, they start out purple. Mine is no longer purple. They do kind of start to fall apart eventually, but it does take them a while. So, you know, don't worry about it. Hey, my theory is if it still works, don't worry about it. If it's still working, it's perfect. Okay, so we're going to attach this to here, and we're going to attach this to here. So let's just go ahead and do that. And that's just going to layer on here just like that. I feel like looking at this, I probably should have, I thought I had just re-inked this memento, but by looking at that, it looks like I might have used it again. I don't know, because it kind of looks a little light. I didn't lay this down because I ended up putting glue in the middle, so I'm kind of going to be careful there as to what I do. Okay, this is going to go here, so we're going to go ahead and attach that there. Now, if you look at this card, I kind of put the spider web both, but I think I might want to tuck the spider web down underneath. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and ink this up, or ink. I'm going to add just some little dots. Now, whoops, if you have one of the little fine tip bottles or something, you know, that's fine. I've gotten really good at using ours, and you just barely tap it on and get some glue coming out, and it works really good. Okay, now I'm going to lay this back down here. It's going to go here. So let's tuck this about right there, I think. Yeah, I like that. And then we will attach this. And I flip-flop, as you see, I flip-flop back and forth between glue and Stampin' Seal Plus. And we're going to attach that right there. Okay. And then this is going to go right here. And we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. And I'm almost out. We're getting down to the wire on this one, so I've been cutting the edges, but that's okay. Got to use up every piece of a dimensional. All right, so there, and then Actually, I'm just going to cut 2 little strips for the middle there. That's going to go there. Okay, this is going to go right down here at the bottom, kind of like that, popped up. And then we're just going to add our little boo. I almost was going to do the eek to do something different, but I like the boo. I do like the boo. Now, are you guys, here's a question. Is Halloween one of your favorite holidays, or is it a eh? For me, it's kind of a eh. I'm not really, I don't dislike Halloween. It's just I'm not big on dressing up and that kind of thing. But I always did it. Did it for my kids. I'll do it for my grandkids. I mean, you do things for your kids and your grandkids. Okay. And do you go all out on decorating for Halloween? I do not. I still have to get out. I had planned on getting out my fall stuff this weekend, and time got away from me and I never did. So we'll add that to today's do list maybe. We'll see. Today's my day. Well, the day I'm filming this, I have to drop off and pick up grandkids today, so. Alrighty. Burnish it. As you saw, I just use my finger. Sometimes I just use my fingernail. And then let's add some of the neutral matte dots here. We do have black, as you can see. My black are gone. I do have another full set, but I think what I'm going to do, because I'm not using as many of these other colors, especially that neutral color, I am going to bring in my black, I think these, yeah, the black Stampin' Right markers, and I'm going to use the dark, and I'm going to try coloring this a little bit more of a neutral color here, not the white ones, because I know I use the white ones. And we're going to see how these work. Here we'll do a couple small ones. Yeah, I think that will work. All right, let me move that out of the way. And now they're not as dark as the black ones, but I kind of like it. They almost have a little bit of a purplish tint to it to go with that petunia pop. So, and I could go back over them again. You just have to be careful if you're coloring your bling after you've put it down, because sometimes you get a little bleed through. There we go. So there's our 2 different versions this time. And I have to say, I like the stepped up version a lot better than I like this one. But it gives you options. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. And don't forget to like, follow, and share. I love it when you do that. And the best way to always keep up on anything that's going on, Stampin' Up! Sales, my classes, any of those kind of things, is to get on my email list. So the link for that will be down below too. And one last thing I did want to remind everybody about is, if you live locally in the Arlington, Everett, Smoky Point, Marysville, any of those areas, and want to come to a class on once a month on Wednesdays. I'm at the Stille Valley Center, and this week it's on Wednesday. The beginner class is in the morning from 10 to 11:30. The intermediate advanced class is in the afternoon from 1 to 3. Morning class, you make 3 basic cards, $10. Afternoon class, you bring your own adhesive and you make 4 cards, and it's $25 or free with a $35 purchase. So if you live locally, and you want to, try it out, let me know. Email me or contact me off of the, this post where you see it. Either way is fine. You do have to sign up ahead of time because I have to know how many packets to prep for. And you can also stop by the Stille Valley Center. I have a form sitting out there that you just scan the QR code and you can just fill out the form and sign up. You pay the day of the event, so you don't have to prepay. But yeah, I would love to have you come join us. And we are going to be using this bundle, and it might be the card I make for Thursday because it'll be after the class. So I might showcase that card anyway. We'll see if I have time to come up with another one because I definitely have a very busy week this week. But I will see you all again on Thursday, and I hope you all have a great week. Bye, guys.